Removing electrical solder without proper tools can be a bit challenging, but there are a few methods you can try. Using pliers. If the amount of solder is small, you can try using pliers to grip the component or wire and gently wiggle it back and forth while applying heat to the solder joint with a soldering iron. This may allow you to break the solder bond and remove the component. Using a flathead screwdriver. You can also try using a flathead screwdriver to gently pry the component or wire away from the solder joint while applying heat to the joint with a soldering iron. Be careful not to damage the component or the PCB. Using a heat gun. A heat gun can be used to apply heat to the solder joint, which can soften the solder and allow you to remove the component or wire. Be sure to keep the heat gun moving and not to overheat the component or PCB. Using a desoldering braid. If you have access to desoldering braid, you can use it to absorb the solder from the joint. Place the braid over the solder joint and apply heat with a soldering iron. The braid will absorb the melted solder, making it easier to remove the component or wire. Note, it's important to be careful when attempting to remove solder without proper tools. Applying too much heat or using excessive force can damage the PCB or the component. It's always best to use the proper tools and techniques when working with electrical components.